It's pretty well known that hockey fans love a good fight. And something that I think makes hockey fights so entertaining is that the players aren't trained to do it. And because they're not professionals, you rarely see NHL players have any defense in a fight. It's really more of a competition to see who can punch each other in the face harder and fall down last. It's been a while since I've seen two teams bring that mentality into the rest of the game, but yesterday's Wild versus Canucks game definitely brought that energy. In case you somehow missed it, the two teams combined for 17 goals last night. Defense? They clearly have never heard of it. This is about as close to the definition of a slobber knocker as you can get. And with that many goals in one game, you're gonna have some crazy stat lines to go along with it. So let's run through some of them real quick. There were three different players who got hat tricks in this game. JT Miller got one for the Canucks, and on the Wild side of things, Eriksson Ek and Kaprizov got one each. The longest time between goals was just 10 minutes and 30 seconds, which also happened to be between the very first two goals. The shortest amount of time was 21 seconds. That was between the tying and the goal that gave the Wild the lead. And while we're still talking about the goals, it just kept ramping up as the game went on. There were 3 goals in the first period, 5 goals in the second, and 9 goals in the third, including 5 goals within the span of 5 minutes and 12 seconds to start that period. That's the second fastest 5 goals have ever been scored in NHL history. Now, let's quickly shift and talk about some people who did not have quite such a fun night. There were 3 goalies who played in this game. Marc-Andre Fleury had the best save percentage with just a .75. Casey DeSmith had the worst, on the other hand, with a .68. Tough night to be a goaltender, obviously. Between all 3 of them, they faced a collective 51 shots, and with 17 of those beating them, that means that a perfect third of all shots went in last night. And yes, not to distress many of my less math-inclined viewers, but 51 divides perfectly by 17. Overall, just a wild game, including a wild comeback from Minnesota. Vancouver plays again tonight against the Avs, so for their sakes, let's hope they didn't use up all their offense yesterday. But let me know down in the comments if you've ever seen a game with more goals than this one. I know I certainly haven't. That's all for today, though. See ya.